A new wave of SIM swap fraud has targeted victims for clearing their bank accounts using the victims' phone numbers. Victims lose something much more valuable than just money. They lose their feeling of security. "They didn't just steal my funds, they took away my trust," laments one victim. You too can wake up in the morning with your account siphoned and your identity compromised, robbed of your peace of mind if you are not proactive in taking precautionary measures. What once were rare SIM swap scams have now become rampant, victimizing people across the country, from California to Maryland.
SIM swapping.
For instance, one of the victims lost a whopping $38,000 overnight after fraudsters hijacked his phone number. This is an alarmingly simple yet dangerous approach. Learn how these scams work, their devastating impact, and some key steps toward keeping yourself safe from becoming the next target. Imagine waking up to realize your phone couldn't make any calls, nor send any texts, and instead of bars, it shows an SOS where your network should be. Such is the nightmare that Justin Chan of Carlsbad, California woke up to. It all started with suspicious notifications about password changes for accounts and went into overdrive to his phone going totally dark. The scammers, pretending to be Justin, had his mobile carrier, Xfinity Mobile, port his number to their device so they could intercept two-factor authentication codes, reset account passwords, and wire money. By the end of the night, Justin had lost $38,000 from his Bank of America accounts. Incredibly, Xfinity Mobile had only asked for the last 4 digits of a credit card to verify the transfer. Justin called this security protocol inadequate and terrifying. Bank of America resisted when Justin reported the transactions to them. The bank, which claimed the transactions had been confirmed via SMS, though the scammers had his phone, insisted that the transactions were valid and initially refused to reimburse him. It wasn't until Justin went to the media after public outrage that Bank of America reopened his case and eventually reimbursed him. It brings home the essence of corporate accountability and standing up for yourself when they fail to look out for your best interests. SIM swap scams are at epidemic stage, leaving a trail of financial devastation in its wake across the country. An Alabama small business owner lost $172,000 when scammers hijacked his phone, got their hands on banking codes, and drained the account. Despite the FBI's intervention, most of the money was never recovered. Similarly, the resident from Chatsworth, California, lost $21,000 after the fraudsters bypassed a two-factor authentication. A woman with good password and enabled two-factor authentication in Bethesda, Maryland, remained a victim and resulted in the loss of $17,000. However, a Campbell, California resident lost $46,000 after the scammers convinced her cellular phone carrier that she wanted to move her phone number. The nature of these two cases underpins the prevalence and destructiveness SIM swap frauds have taken. They compromise to turn devices against them with weak securities, such as using one's mobile phone number for financial and personal account access, like it were the master key to most accounts. SIM swap frauds take root in an impersonation attempt usually. Scammers call your mobile carrier, impersonating you, and request a new SIM card because of a lost phone. With barely any information, just the last 4 digits of a social security or credit card number, they actually convince carriers to transfer your number onto their device. Once transferred, your phone will go dead as scammers raid accounts at will. They use access to your phone number to reset passwords, intercept two-factor authentication codes, and gain access to your bank, email, social media, and cryptocurrency accounts. Warning signs of the SIM swap scam will include sudden loss of cell service, weird notifications about password changes or new device logins, being locked out of your accounts, and strange financial activity, like unauthorized transactions. Once you see this, take instant action. Contact your carrier for unauthorized changes and lock your account with a PIN or password. Notify your financial institutions to report the problem and request that they freeze your accounts. Change passwords to strong, unique combinations, and monitor account activity for suspicious transactions. Finally, file reports with the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center at www.ic3.gov and your local police department. Protection involves increasing security with your cellular provider by placing a PIN or password and enabling advanced features. Move to app-based two-factor authentication, such as Google Authenticator, instead of using SMS-based two-factor authentication. The anomaly notifications for your accounts are very important, as they might well help you identify fraud actions much earlier. Diversify your money supply into multiples to limit the potential amount that can be lost, and make sure you have money in reserve. Always confirm such account issue messages through direct contact with the company on official channels, and avoid phishing scams. SIM swap fraud is increasing at a breakneck pace. From the starting figures of a few millions some years ago, 2021 alone witnessed over $68 million stolen, while losses are already over $50 million in 2023. This type of fraud will only increase further with each passing year, when digital banking is going to be the way of life. With due diligence, however, you can always remain one step ahead of these scamsters and prevent the loss of money. In a world where cyber threats like SIM swap scams become increasingly sophisticated with each passing day, the security of your digital life has never been so important. Mindcore Technologies offers state-of-the-art cybersecurity solutions that ensure your accounts and identity remain fully protected. We keep you way ahead of cyber bad guys, equipped with leading-edge tools, strategies tailored for the customer, and expert round-the-clock know-how. So why wait for disaster to strike? Choose Mindcore Technologies today and have unrivaled protection for your digital world.